Holiness, heels and hankies. Grandma taught us well to be all that we could be. Go with your holiness, put your heels on, grab a hanky, and let's move on, and let's move on, and let's move on, let's move on. Holiness, heels and hankies. My grandmother taught us well to be all that we could be. Holiness, heels and hankies. Grandma taught us well to be all that we could be. Go with your holiness, put your heels on, grab a hanky, and let's move on, and let's move on, and let's move on, let's move on. Holiness, heels and hankies. My grandmother taught us well to be all that we could be. Holiness, heels and hankies. Grandma taught us well to be all that we could be. Go with your holiness, put your heels on, grab a hanky, and let's move on, and let's move on, and let's move on, let's move on. Holiness, heels and hankies. My grandmother taught us well to be all that we could be. Holiness, heels and hankies. Grandma taught us well to be all that we could be. Go with your holiness, put your heels on, grab a hanky, and let's move on, and let's move on, and let's move on, let's move on.
Six, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, 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 and welcome to Holiness, Heels, and Hankies. I'm Jamaica,
And I am Tridana.
and we are so excited to be here with you on today. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone, and we are celebrating our 9th year anniversary.
Yay! 9 years we've been doing
H3,
this.
yes.
9 years of Holiness, Heels, and Hankies, or H3 as you commonly and fondly know us. And we are so excited to kick off today with a great Chicago comedian.
What you laughing at?
The one and the only
The one and the only.
Jeremiah Frazier. A round of applause.
Thank you, H3.
He is a very well-known comedian, and we had to work hard to get him. We flew him in, right?
That's right.
We flew him in, we fed him, and no, we really didn't do all that.
Yeah.
But we're so glad that he's here. He is just a wonderful comedian. He's well known throughout Chicagoland and all over the world.
I appreciate you. Thank you. What you got to add?
We're so glad that he is here. What a way to kick off 9 years. So we do ask that you do like, love, tag, and share. We're going to open up with the scripture. Then we're going to go right into it. So we're going to Ecclesiastes 3 and 4. That says there is a time to weep and a time to laugh. So we are excited that this Jeremiah's here to bring on the funny.
To bring on the fun.
I like this church. It's a short scripture.
And we did give him jokes, right? You have art. You're going to tell our jokes
y'all
instead of his own.
Yes.
So this show is going to be a little bit more funny because we personally wrote jokes for him. So you all will know that he has funny friends.
There you go.
And he can take us on the road with him.
Come on.
Jeremiah Fraser and H3. Come on, get in for the mission.
H3. Now you know it's some
Put us
venues,
on the flyer.
they're going to think H3 means something else. But hello!
What?
Hot,
Hot, holy, and heaven sent. That's all that means. Hot, holy, and heaven
3
sent.
H's means something else in Baltimore. Hello!
What could it possibly mean besides whatever?
Yes. The
Yeah.
Holiness, heals, and hankies.
So we're glad to hear you, Jeremiah. Can you just tell us a little bit about
Sure. I'm Jeremiah Fraser, international artist. Now,
international? That's awesome.
I like that.
And he's so busy. It was really hard to get you here. We've been conversating for some time, so we're glad that you were able to clear your schedule for us.
Yeah, listen. I have been trying to get here.
Okay. Well,
The schedule is picked up tremendously, and I'm grateful for
It's
it.
a blessing.
And I'm grateful I had the energy to handle it. So I tell people, be careful what you ask for, because you'll ask for it and then you're not able to handle it. So
God has been faithful.
Yes. I'm happy that I'm been able to do what I love.
That's good.
Choosing to do what you love is very important. So what I do, it doesn't feel like work, but you definitely gotta pay me for it.
Who got to pay?
And I looked you in the eye.
Don't be looking at me. This is a free gig. This is a free gig, my nigga.
No, I say that because, people. I really feel like everybody, like you winning in life, no matter how popular you are or where you are on the spectrum. If you are able to choose what you want to do in life and that makes you happy on a daily basis and you get paid for it, that is winning.
That is.
Like, I never need to be on anything else. I will be, but I'm just saying I am satisfied I shouldn't say satisfied, but I am happy
That's good.
that I'm able to do what I chose to do and it's working for me.
That's
good.
That's a blessing.
And so you of course you're well known being a comedian. So and we know that you're a Christian. You love the Lord. So talked about just being saved and still being silly, and that silliness that comedy adds to your life, because I'm sure that you're just a natural at this, right? Because in conversation.
Yeah, it's kind of so. I put disclaimers out because there are people who aspire to do comedy. They aspire to do public speaking and different things like that. So I put out a disclaimer because it's really a gift. It's something that was given to me. It's really not something I sat down and studied or learned from someone per se. God really blessed me with a natural gift to just be able to get the best out of people. Make people smile, make people laugh, make people feel better than they were before they came to me. And so with that gift, it's a responsibility. So I did, after I realized that I had a natural gift, I did go to school and get my theater degree at Columbia College.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know.
Say that.
I know. It was
That's cool.
it's because I never needed a degree for my line of work. But I needed it because having a natural gift is not enough. You need some analytical skills. You need some theory. You need different things and to be around different people and different cultures to really understand the business as a whole, because this is just, I'm in show business. So I tell people,
so
you have to
good.
realize when people see you at the shows, oh, you're doing good, show. Yes, but this is a business, and 10% of it is show, and 90% of it is business.
Say that
And
again.
if 10% is show, and 90% is business.
That's
So
good.
if you don't learn the business part, then you just a show.
And it becomes like a freak show, right?
Yeah. And
Sounds
so
like a freak show. That's so good.
It's-
That is good,
Yeah.
because I think so many people, and to everyone that's watching, I think they need to kind of think about that, like the part that you have to make sure that you balance that out. Like
Yes.
it's not just your gift, but then making sure you have something behind it.
and
to
not
support
just
those
balance,
others.
because I just learned this.
Okay.
I just learned this. Shout out to Bishop Brandon Jacobs. And now I give different orators and public speakers, preachers, different accolades, and I listen to different ones. So when I say somebody's name, don't think that they're just,
Just
my
throwing it out
home
there.
church. But shout out to Bishop Brandon Jacobs, because I like what you said when you're balancing things, but I learned from him just recently that it's more about prioritizing than balancing. Because you can't,
Explain it, okay.
well, you can't
That sounds
balance
good.
everything. So in a sense, he was talking balancing God, as you said, with comedy and being clean and all of that. You feel like you've done enough over here with God, so you're gonna do a little bit over here and try. God is too big to balance, so he has to be prioritized.
I like that.
So as long as God is first, family is second, and career is third,
That is excellent.
you don't have to worry about the balance. You
God
prioritize
first,
yourself.
family second, career third.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Prioritize over
I
Yeah.
love
balance.
that.
Yeah.
Now, let's go back a little bit. Something I wanted to ask. You said when you found out that you were naturally comedic. We both work in education. Did you find yourself being a class clown as a kid?
All the time.
Were you that funny kid?
I was in trouble every day, every single day in grammar school, starting in kindergarten. Like I was the one whose parents were at the school every single day.
So you stayed in trouble?
And I went to primarily non-African American schools and grammar school. So, yeah, like I was representing all of us. For sure. I went to school in Rogers Park and Wicker Park. And so, yeah, I actually,
That's funny.
he was deemed as like class clown. Like they knew. But let me tell you something that
Mr.
happened.
Holloway.
Let me tell you something what happened with that. When I was in the 7th grade, my 7th grade teacher pulled me out of class one day, and she so happened to be the drama teacher, and her name is Miss Fagley. I still talk to her today,
Oh, wow.
and she was like, "I want you to channel this energy and put it on the stage." And so I end up getting casted at my grammar school as Willy Wonka
Really?
in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It was my first like real role outside of church, you know. No disrespect to the missionaries who wrote them Easter plays. My real role in a classical film, a classical stage play, and we ran that thing for like a month, and the people who, the counselor, the assistant principal, the principal, the ones that are always getting on me were like, we can't believe this.
Wow.
And it started changing
So
my
Star was
behavior,
born.
and turning my behavior around.
That was 7th
And
grade?
That was 7th grade. And I've been on stage since then.
So what's the
nonstop.
teacher's name again?
Miss Fagley.
That's
Her
so
married
cool.
name is Kruger, but she
so
knows.
cool.
I know
Yeah.
she gonna see this at some point. I talk about her in every book, everything I do, because
That's so awesome.
Because she inspired you.
yeah.
Pushed you.
And I say that because I know teaching has changed, and a lot of teachers like feel like sometimes they don't want to say nothing to these kids,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
sometimes you never know that little message you have for that child, where to take them in life.
That's so true.
And so if she never spoke to me or channeled that or
Right.
gave me that, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be doing this.
So
Yeah,
good.
that's so
Yeah.
good. Shout out to that teacher.
Yeah.
So just thinking about like how you sometimes like with comedy, like they can kind of push some different norms or different ideas. Has there ever been a time where you're like, ooh, okay, God, maybe that was a little too far, or how do you you know.
Nope, I'll go to the end of the earth because that's what the Bible says. I'm going to the end of the earth. So when you call me, just be ready. Just be ready.
Because you're going to tell the joke.
Now, I do curtail the way I tell jokes depending on what room I'm in.
Okay.
Like, I'm not going to speak to seniors the same way I'm going to speak to my peers. And I'm not going to speak to a church congregation. I'm not going to speak to the Church of God in Christ like I'm going to speak to the Baptist folk.
Really?
No. No.
Explain.
They want it raw. Them Baptists. They be like, why he ain't cussing? They want it raw. You know? And I've been around a lot of cultures, and I'm really taking the next 8 years of my life to go to different countries to even learn more. But I love other people's cultures and learning their cultures. Bohemians, the Panamanians, the Jamaicans, Ukrainians, the Russians, because when you start studying other people's culture, you find out what's important to them. You find out what they like. It's a study tool for sure, because now I'm international. Hello. You want to stretch your gift as far as it goes. And so I can't just be taking stuff from where I'm at home, Chicago, and trying to take it to Dubai. You know, you have to learn people's culture and learn their language and learn what's good for them.
That's good. So that helps to sharpen your craft, you're kind of saying.
It does. And I remember performing at Martha's Vineyard last year. So if you've never been to Martha's Vineyard, it is strictly a island of successful people. I'm talking about highly successful, like doctors with their own practice, our culture, our color, dentists, successful lawyers who've been on cases that we know about, artists, managers, top CEOs, and they are all on this island, and they come to enjoy themselves at these shows in Black August, the Music Fest, the Fashion Fest, and the Comedy Fest. And so you really have to curtail your comedy to a language they understand. It can't be the same as just, you know, a random show you're doing at home at a comedy club. And so you learn different places, different rooms, and how you can do it. I'm pretty sure preachers should do it too. I'm pretty sure, because I'm trying to just relate it to. I can't. I really can't see you like going crazy at a Catholic, seminary graduation.
Yeah, being mindful
Like
of your audience.
they ask you to speak, and you're
Yeah.
white folk were like, is not in the book. So
I think that's good. I think we also know our audience.
reading the room is the most, and I'm giving out stuff
gems,
before y'all sign up for any of my programs. I'm giving it free. Reading the room is the most important thing. Any public speaker, I don't care what you do, if you preach, if you talk, if you motivate, if you do comedy, read the room, and not just read it, understand it, because a lot of y'all can read and can't comprehend. Understand your room
That's good.
as well as read it. Yeah.
Now, so that's good. Now, reading the room, how do you take that reading the room as it relates to when you're doing like, you have a Christian audience over a secular audience, and still, and they're laughing because you did a show sometime. You did a show some years back.
Did you boo me? Why are you looking like that?
I'm just, I'm just thinking that it was a packed house. But I'm just saying, with still gaining that popularity and not being coined as a secular comedian, but still being able to go into secular spaces. And, and like separating kingdom comedy from.
So
sense?
in my profession, people, once you're in this business, I should say, people don't categorize you as Christian or clean. They just categorize you as he good.
He funny.
Like he's great. He's amazing. And so It's funny you said that because, oh man, I forgot my thought when I.
You said people
what
don't
was the first-
categorize you. I was saying,
Yeah.
As far as being in
Secular or
and Christian comedy.
There is no difference to me because as somebody that believes in Christ, I believe everybody has the chance to be in Christ. And so I don't want to talk to people as if I don't want to dilute what I do for the church people. You know, like y'all shouldn't be hearing this, like they don't live in the world. And I don't want to dilute for the, you know, the people that's not in church, like y'all shouldn't hear this because y'all not in church. And so at some point in time, everybody has went to a church, whether it's been through a funeral, a wedding, a service, Easter, Mother's Day, or Christmas. And so there's always material wrapped around that we understand as a culture that everybody understands. And so it works for me to not even have that on my mind. I'm not even thinking like, this is you know, let me tighten up. I have to. And then again, it's a gift that I have discernment. That's what I wanted to say. I have the gift of discernment for real. And so I can read a room probably faster than the average entertainer or because I have discernment. And so it's not a fair advantage if I'm walking in the room, and especially if you let me sit there for an hour. Like it's really like
you know exactly what to do.
Oh, I know exactly what to do, where to
good.
go, who to go to.
That's good.
I can, if I really wanted to, I could tell somebody's business, but I don't do that. Now, them other preachers do that, raise an offering. I get my money beforehand. I can't go on the stage without my money. That's another thing in my. Okay,
Get your money first.
I'm giving all the tips. Get your
money up
Get
front.
your money before you give them the honey. Hello.
Now, another thing I remember, and I don't know if you still do this. This kind of off script. How do you choose, like, because you are really good at impersonating certain individuals. How do you choose that?
Like which individual?
Like
in
R.
person?
Kelly, you've done R. Kelly.
That was the first one I heard you do. It was
Hilarious.
So I'm an actor as well as a comedian. So I have a different set of skills. So being an actor, you really have to embody characters. And if I really wanted to, and I studied a character enough, I can probably impersonate anybody. Now, I'm not somebody who needs to do impersonations in my comedy, so I don't really use it like that. But if I need to pull it out, I can. But that is a whole lot of work in itself. That, like, people who do impersonations like Jay Farrow and Jamie Foxx and Reggie Red, that is a different type of talent. Skill set. Godfrey is a beast. Oh my God, my chest hurt hearing Godfrey do Steve Harvey. His Trump is crazy. And so and another thing, I don't like to look like another comic, so I kind of stay away from it unless I have something unique. Like the R. Kelly is like nobody's gonna do R. Kelly like I do it. You're just not.
I don't think nobody can.
Nah, you're just not. And so that is unique, and that's why that's what I give people. And a lot of times I go in a room, I don't even be thinking about doing it. And people be like, they be out in the audience, do R. Kelly. I'm like, all right, they paid for a ticket.
So then you got to do somebody.
Go ahead. My mind. I'm sorry. Got this 3 H's up in here. And turn this into TP2.
Oh Lord.
Have there been any places and spaces that you like have had to say like I'm not gonna go in or not gonna do? Or,
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And how do you make those decisions?
Yeah,
that's part of business.
Yeah.
So yes, again, 10% is show, 90% is business. So number one, if the business side is not right, then there is no show. Number two, I've been in a place where I got my money. They were ready for me to. The promoters were ready for me to perform, but the audience wasn't ready. this audience, whatever reason, they had an open bar at like 6 o'clock. You know, they put me up at like 9:30. Mind you, this is like a Mother's Day event too. So it's like you got a mixture of older mothers in a room, and then a lot of young people who just at this point
3 hours late.
they loud, they're not attentive to the host. And I'm watching like, because this is here's another pointer. Jesus, I'm giving out all these nuggets that people ain't signed up for. If the host does not have the room together, it makes it harder for the artist to perform. And so hosting is such an important job. So a lot of these places, venues, even churches, they try to get away with, well, we just gonna have our praise and worship leader introduce you. Okay, but as long as they can get the room together, I don't mind that. Right. But if the room is not together, so this particular room, these people were just berserk. They called me up. I hadn't said it. I couldn't. You can't hear, and the mothers are in front of me, and I said, shh. I said, listen. I cut my theme music. I said, listen, hold on. And I told the audience, I said, listen, if y'all can't be respectful enough for these mothers to enjoy Mother's Day and listen to what the artists have to say, then I'm just not gonna do it. We gonna be quiet. Yeah, go do your thing, man. You supposed to be a comedian. So I go a little light for like 30 seconds, and the room just, and I say, hey, I say, I'm gonna come back when the room is ready. And so I went and told her. She was like, no, she was very upset. And I said, listen, I said, I'll give you all your money back. I said, it's not my job to compete with the audience. It wasn't like they were heckling or nothing like that. Like I can handle all that. Yeah. They're not prepared for a show. And so, that has happened once before.
And then I'm thinking trying to perform in front of a audience like that, it's just kind of
and then
it's not worth
and after that, I really became selective with what I accepted to do, because it's not always about the money. It's not all, well, I mean, hey man. No, but seriously, it's not always about the money. And so, you can have the money and not have the type of venue where people are going to be respectful. There is no show without a respectful audience. An artist needs to know how to perform, and an audience needs to know how to be an audience. And if you came like, I ain't come to hear this, like, why are you at the comedy club? Why are you at the show? And
I think after you've been doing it so long, you can make those. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've been doing it too long.
Maturity.
Like, I have to do this.
I don't wrestle.
Right.
I don't wrestle with flesh and blood. I don't wrestle at all. No wrestling.
and it just, I can appreciate, it sounds like you really enjoy being yourself.
Yeah.
So how do you keep that in perspective, just being real and not getting into a reckless place? Because sometimes you see some comedians and like, nah, that was just a whole, you know what I'm saying? So how do you
I don't know how to be anybody else. And this is the problem people have with me. They really want me to be somebody else.
And I've been at a show where somebody was expecting to be somebody else some years ago.
Yeah. I'm going to be me 100% of the time. And people have to choose if they're going to like me or not. And I'm not going to be offended if you do not like me. Because I'm not for everybody. Nobody is for everybody. But I can never go home thinking I should have changed into this or changed into this person or this person. No, I'm always going to be me. And you either like it or don't. I'm like the Bible. I'm either going to draw you or drive you. Okay. Hello!
Preacher. And how long you been doing this?
I have been on the stage for probably 30 years.
Oh, wow, you've been doing it a long time.
But I have been doing stand-up comedy for, this will be my 19th year. Okay. Yeah, next year it'll be 20 years. Wow. So this will be my 19th. I've started in October of 2007.
Wow. How was it during COVID? I'm just curious.
COVID was very difficult as far as transitioning from seeing people and hearing an audience. Now I had maybe over 300 Zoom shows.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That was a lot of shows.
I think people needed to laugh.
We were locked down for I don't think
Wow.
people realize how long we were locked down.
We were locked down for a
I
long
was
time,
probably
300.
doing more shows at home and getting used to this whole setup like this. Like I had to add it up. Like, well, I ain't spend no gas. I ain't got nothing out the cleaners. Like,
And don't nobody know.
I've been
right?
wearing this on Zoom the whole 2 years of COVID. You know, I changed my background. Yeah, I'm in San Francisco tonight. Coming you live from the basement. And so it was like a chain reaction of, because it takes a certain skill to do Zoom.
Yeah.
If you're not sure of yourself, Zoom ain't gonna work for you because you can't hear no responses.
Yeah.
And then some people don't even have their screen on because they don't
So you
even.
looking at
It's even worse.
Yeah.
That's like, oh,
It's a
God.
lot of distraction, and then there's no audio for you to hear them. And so I had company parties. People just wanted to, their friends. People still had birthdays, and like I want to do something. Like I turned into a DJ. I was DJing and doing comedy for some people's parties for real. Like
Wow.
this is a business. Let's roll.
Right.
And so they were reaching out to you.
They were reaching out. I had
Wow.
church New Faith. I remember all kind of churches reaching out. They were having their Thanksgiving parties, Christmas parties. People were still doing toy drives on Zoom. Like, so business still went on. It just went on in a different capacity. And I think once people were like, if you need somebody for Zoom, like he got, because everybody wasn't prepared. So every artist didn't have a setup. They didn't have, they're not technicians. Like I went to school for all this, so I could work the mix board. I know how to work connections. I understand audio, video, visual, and lighting, and all of that stuff. And so, it really worked out. And it's crazy because during the pandemic, I was able to reach different cities and states who never heard me before.
Wow.
And now they fly me out because they
That's
like,
so
if this dude funny on Zoom,
So
We got to see him in
awesome.
person, right?
That's amazing.
I built relationships in New York, Scottsdale,
That's amazing.
Arizona.
That's
Oh
such a
my
blessing.
goodness. All over
Such a blessing.
from Zoom.
That's a blessing.
And so and it was hard because when the world opened up, it was a quota like in venues. So like it would probably be like 30% of a crowd there, and then you always had people who were skeptical about coming out, and so it wasn't the full engagement you used to. And I'm kind of like, I'd rather do Zoom. You know what I mean? If it's not going, and so the transition of kind of like coming out of that was rough for about a whole year. Where they had quotas on theaters and
Really?
yeah, you
couldn't have so
couldn't
many
sit by
people.
each
Yeah.
other like that's not
social
a
distance.
that's not social distance is not a comedy thing. Like how we laughing 5 rows apart from each other? Did you hear that, girl? I heard it. I'm in the same
It's
room.
more of an
Like,
intimate seating and stuff. That's true.
And so
I'm
I'm happy that we are fully back. And oh my God, over the last, I could say at least the last 2.5 years, every show I've done has pretty much been sold out.
That's a
Oh, that's
blessing.
a blessing.
It is.
That is a blessing.
And I remember contacting you last year when you told me you were going to Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
trying to have you come on. So that's a blessing that the Lord has really opened up doors for
She
you.
thought I was lying. She was like, boy, you ain't.
Oh, I did.
She came right out the spirit. I'm so grateful for you. God placed you on my heart. I said, what's the day I'm being Martha's Vineyard? Boy, you ain't got no gig at no Martha's Vineyard.
So when you talk about like knowing cultures and things like that, and I always think, so I like to tell my students, like artists are like great writers. So like even getting your material from like different cultures, like how do you even pull? So we'll talk about like the church culture. How do you pull for material?
So I'm about to give y'all another tip. Oh my God. We're going to have to raise an offering after this. These are all a part of my I have started doing training and classes.
Oh, really? Okay.
And dropping
Make
videos
sure we
on
have the
YouTube.
information.
Yes.
And so I haven't even released them yet, but it's acting
Nice.
for the stage, acting 101, stand-up comedy, and improv. And so I can show y'all because y'all in front of me. Technology is so great. It's so great because you driving and artists are constantly being creative. And it's hard to stop what you're doing and write things down and different things. I have been doing this for years.
Oh, I love that. I love
And so as soon as I think of something, even if I'm here, I memo it. I do the punchline, and then I work on it later. So as y'all can see, I have over 387 subjects that I can pull out. And I could, just one of these subjects I can talk about for 30 minutes. So I have 387 subjects that I can talk about for 30 minutes apiece. And don't look through this because y'all
Still your.
no, y'all can't steal it. And here's the thing, because people can talk about the same subjects, but in a different manner. I wish I could play one of these for y'all. Like, it's got to be one that is.
So, and what is this on that you have these saved to?
It's on the app.
I just used it today.
Voice memo.
Voice
Voice
memo.
memos.
Okay, yeah, so I want
You
the audience know.
you
Great.
just
Voice memo is awesome.
you just memo yourself.
Okay.
I think this one will work. Let me see.
Girl, I want a nigga. She like,
Oh!
take me to that. Take me to that.
Okay. Y'all get the point. So I tell them, I did pick the worst one. And I really be whispering on my phone because sometimes I be in places. I could have been in church saying that, for real. Like, Pastor, like, turn your back. Hold on, Pastor. But then,
Oh God.
so then I work on the setup and I
That's
work on all of that. I go through all of my memos. I could have over 300 specials right now, just from right here.
And let's talk about the benefit of doing that.
The benefit of doing that is that you don't lose your thoughts. You don't lose your creativity. When God gives you something, you need to put it in place right then and there.
And and let me say something, guys. If you have an iPhone, I don't know about Android, but voice memo is on iPhone. It is so good.
Yeah. I strictly it's only for jokes.
That's so good.
And so there's nothing else on my voice memos you ever gonna find. So if somebody find my phone and go, they got it all. But they only had the punchlines because I don't go back and tell the whole setup and the whole design and all that. Nope.
That's so good. But yeah, again, I love voice memo and I use it today. And I don't have as much as you have, but I use it to record. Like if a song comes to me, I'm like, oh, let me record this. Because you'll forget. You'll forget.
Songs too. I'm glad you said that because I
You sing?
well, if I feel like I want to put like a song in something I'm doing, I definitely. Oh, whoa! That ain't it. I'm not gonna play any of my memos because that's why they memos because I don't even remember. They are titled, as you can see. So I'm trying to.
I don't know if I need to
You see,
sing.
there go Diddy right there. You see that title? There you go. Here's a good one for the church. I know I can play this one. Listen. Okay, maybe not. Okay. I think something is playing, actually. That's not even my memos. Let me close all these apps. That's what's going on. Why we live? This is what happens in life.
gosh.
You see all these?
Yeah, while he's
I
looking
love
though.
that, yeah.
Here we go.
That's so cool.
Now, how long is that? Oh, see, like this.
Whoop-de-doo.
I got a whole segment on whoop-de-doo. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, Tony K.
Hell yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
Oh, I thought he walked in the studio. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Tony K.
What's up, Tony K?
Another funny bone. Another funny bone.
When the Bears were losing, what did I put? The Bears playing like some YNs. See, I got a whole segment about that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Tubi and boobies. Those are church jokes. All right, I'm gonna
Tubi
stop.
and
These
Tubi.
are all subjects.
I love Tubi.
So that joke is about we don't do Netflix and chill because broke people do Tubi and boobies. So yeah,
Tubi and movies. That's funny.
Probably.
I could really just go through my phone and just
And you're ready to go. So I think that speaks to just being prepared.
absolutely.
Being ready.
Preparation is everything.
Yeah.
If you're not prepared, then you're not going to be ready. And so
Just always
and
be
in,
ready. Always be ready.
like in this business, you don't know. There is no forecast of where the opportunity is coming from. And so, you know how people say, well, you never know who's in the crowd. That is like the realest thing ever. You don't know how many people came up to me like, yes, I'm the director of a company called Rico, where we have over 500,000 employees worldwide, and we would love for you to do our gala. And so
That's awesome.
I've been doing all that type of stuff, all the political parties, all the galas, and when people start feeling you in the room and they trust you.
And you keep cards and all that with you too, right?
No, no more cards.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us
No
why you
more
don't do
cards
cards.
because I have a whole website because this is a business.
Okay, it's a
You
business.
can literally Google my name and find out every which way where you can book me.
Okay.
People not gonna be calling and they're saying, "You remember me from the other night?" No, I don't, Stanley. And so JeremiahFrazier.com. Every artist needs a website.
You say you taught him to keep his receipts.
That's good.
Tony K said you taught him to keep his receipts.
Has taught me. Yeah, he meant to put taught. I have taught teach you how to spell too. Has taught. He spelled my name wrong and taught. Keep your receipts. Thank you, Tony K. We'll be doing a spelling lesson right after this segment. But yes, you have to keep your receipts because you don't know what's being said about you in these other rooms, and you have to say, "No, I was here. I wasn't there."
He said, now he said
No,
again, Jeremiah has taught me to keep my recipes.
Recipes, no receipts. Okay, so just talk it. Let's
We
Siri
love you,
spell it.
Tony.
Let Siri spell it, man.
Tony K, we love you.
Chat GPT receipts.
Yeah.
That's good though. So
What
why
does
don't you
that
tell
mean?
me
He's right.
receipts?
Keep
He's-
receipts. What does
he's
that
right.
mean?
Because in this business, this business is, it's not a, people think this is a get rich quick business, and it's really not. Like Tony K probably tell you, he's been in this comedy game more than, if I've been doing it 18 years, I'm sure he's been in it 25, 30 years plus, maybe longer. And so the biggest thing about this business is respect. It doesn't matter where an artist is at that point in time. I feel like my job is always to help somebody who want to be helped.
That's good.
Now, the artists that think they got it and they do this, that, and the third, that's how they want to roll. That's their business. More power to them. No love lost. But the artists that really say, I really want to master this or work on this, and they're really working on their craft. That's somebody I can sit down with, and then 5 years later I can say, let me call them. It's a gig I couldn't do that I think they ready for now. But that guy that think they was, those are receipts we keep. And then we keep some other receipts. People are not that nice in this business.
Really?
Oh, man.
Now talk about that a little bit.
Well, it's a part of the entertainment business. Any entertainer no matter what you do, sing, rap, dance, everybody feels like that they can't help the next person because that's going to dilute where their position is. And I never believe that. I believe that everybody that has an opportunity has an opportunity to have an opportunity. Okay? And so me not telling Damika about like a talent show where she could win $100,000 because I feel like, no, there's more people that's going to be in my way. This is a very selfish industry. It is a very closed industry. We don't give people information. We don't give people encouragement. We don't give people tools to be successful in not just the show part, but in the business part as well.
Wow.
And then a lot of artists, that's why they call them starving artists. They starving because they don't have the information, they don't have the business sense, and they don't have the complete tools to really be. They know they got something, but we as artists, we don't mentor enough and speak to each other enough and collaborate enough for us to do things on a bigger scale.
So how do you combat that?
Whew.
That's good.
Well, I am. I'm currently doing a production right now. I'm doing a production that'll be running this fall, and I have had some auditions recently, and like I just tell you, I told all the people I picked, I did not pick them based off where they were. Mm-hmm. I picked them based off where I can see them going.
That's good.
And then they weren't professionally ready as far as portfolio, bio, headshot. So what did I do? I paid for everybody to have a photo shoot.
Wow.
And I feel like doing stuff like that is what more artists need to do, who's been around this business, who knows that when you show up to auditions and your headshot is a selfie like this, and your
or it's like a church, like I think a comedian headshot probably is a different headshot.
And your background is your mama's refrigerator with a calendar on it. They're gonna be like, okay, they're not serious. Mm-hmm. Like that's how serious it is in some of these rooms. They're not serious, so they never see your talent because your preparation is not ready. And so right now I'm tooling them on just having that professional perception.
So how many comedians are you working with?
Well, they're not comic. They're actors.
So cool.
They're actors. They're actresses. They're singers. They are so talented.
I got some talent.
I sound like Trump now. They're so talented. They're the most talented. They are.
You got any room?
They're the greatest talent that you've ever seen. They're just talent, and some of them are black. Some of them, but they.
I got some talents.
This is a closed session.
Take my picture.
No, we've seen over 400 to 500 people, and the 12 we have casted for the main roles are. I think they're perfect for what we are doing, and y'all gonna love this production. It is. In about 30 days after Mother's Day, I'm gonna release what we're doing. It's super big, super big, biggest thing I ever done in my career.
And it's coming in the fall.
It's coming in the fall. It's gonna open Labor Day weekend.
Oh my gosh!
Congratulations on that.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing more.
So,
about
is
that.
this what you do full time?
Full time. So I retired from the school in 2020 officially, and so when the bell rung, I didn't sign out, punch out, or nothing. I just left. I just left. You're not gonna wait for the kids to get picked up? Nope, I'm getting picked up today. I'm out of here.
In 2020,
people ask me all the time, "Do you miss?" I don't miss nothing about the school. My last few years at the school, I was the dean of students.
Oh my God. That's tough.
and a comedian as a dean.
Yeah, despite people spread rumors about he wasn't no dean that were never in the building. Okay.
Like what?
Yeah. Anywho, that was my last few years, and so what I realized was my voice is so strained from really dedicating 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. because that's what travel time getting there and travel time getting home, and then I gotta be at somebody's show at 7:30. Like and you have to have a certain energy as an artist, and so the school took all the energy I could give them, and then I was doing radio in the morning, so. You know how teachers get. They get the buzz and like, why he keep coming in at 11:30? Because you don't have a 6 o'clock morning show. So I had a principal that was lenient in the time I was working, and then he retired. And so when he retired, I said, I'm going to retire too.
I don't blame you.
So I retired at 35. I have not been teaching for the last 6 years.
Nice, congrats.
And about they fired me.
He said he's so proud of you, too.
Yeah,
Scroll. He
did
said
say
he's so
that.
proud of you.
Listen.
He said you're one of the fastest
growing,
upcoming and
yeah.
growing comedians in
Appreciate
Chicago.
them. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. It don't take much to just.
And Tony K
show
has
some
mentored
love.
and encouraged and pushed a lot of comedians.
He has, and he has a lot of. He has. Tony has built a platform that people actually can learn from, a business system.
That's good.
And if people really were true to this, they would be blowing up his phone like, bro, help me set this up for me. Help me set that up for me. Help me set this up for me. Tony will tell you, I've called him to ask questions. Don't never be too big to ask questions. I don't know it all. I'll never know it all. But I would like to know it all. All right? So I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to find out, hey, bro, how do I channel this, put this together. And Tony is a master at understanding marketing and some different things. Like Tony can get booked right now for a $7,000 show. And then when he get there, he'll be like, you Tony K? That's an inside joke. Yes, I am, and your check has already been cashed. But yeah, and that's what I say with the school. So, yep, I've been gone for 6 years, and I've decided,
Wow, that's
and I
amazing.
just made this declaration. I don't do what they call it. When the New Year's and the resolution. I don't do resolutions. I make declarations.
Okay.
So I said these next 8 years, I am dedicating these next 8 years to going the hardest I ever went in my life in my artistry. And so if you think it's something now, just wait, because
So why, and I was want to know why you said 8, because that's your second time saying 8 years.
Yeah.
So,
because I have a plan at 8 years
Okay.
that I'm not going to do this anymore. And so I'm putting it out there live. That's just my plan. I don't know what God's plan is, but I'm telling you,
you're going hard for 8 years.
yes,
Okay.
because I want to retire, and because we was talking about retirement, I want to retire from show business in 8 years, and I want to travel the world the rest of my life.
That's awesome.
And
So
do
we
what
won't
I
hear any
wanna
more
do.
jokes from you?
I wouldn't say that. There's all.
You did something funny?
You know, I just seen a fire chief retire from the Chicago Fire Department, and now he's a fire chief in Dalton. And so, retirement don't mean you just
Okay, so like,
quit.
sit down.
It
The
just
funny
means
gonna be
there's
gone.
other
Yeah.
avenues.
Funny gonna be in England somewhere.
Other avenues.
No,
you
that's
know.
understandable.
Yeah.
Though. That's a great goal. That's a really good
Yeah.
goal.
So what's next?
Well, I just completed a series of children's book called
that's so
Freeway
nice.
Adventures.
Freeway.
Yes, Freeway's Adventures is a cartoon of me. And there is a 5-series adventure book. The first one that's coming out, it'll be out next week, actually. And it's called Freeway's First Day of School. And so it's funny you talk about education. I have built a series of books, children's books,
Freeway.
that just kind of is a good read for kids that are trying things for the first time or going to places the first time. So we got
That's
Freeway
nice.
visits the zoo, Freeway visits the museum.
nice.
And so Freeway's First Day of School is just about giving kids a reassurance of being brave in new places and reminding them that they have to be courageous and try new places
So you
and be
wrote these
comfortable in it.
books?
I wrote all of these books. I wrote them and I
Wow.
illustrated them. Yes.
You illustrated them too?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
You got to come back on with the books.
I will. I will.
That comes out next week?
Next week. Next week. They'll
Next
be
week.
here
Yeah,
next
yeah, come
week.
out.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Freeway's First
Bring
Day of
those books
School.
with you.
I'm going to be going to schools and reading them to preschool and kindergarten classes. So these books
nice, yeah.
kind of are for kids that are learning how to read and their first time really seeing sight words and different things. So we made it
nice.
appropriate for them to understand what the book is saying, and at the same time putting some words in there, so when they
We'd
come
love to
across
have you at
them
our
again,
school.
yeah,
I can read our preschool.
I would love to
You
come.
know, the preschool's not like they used to be now.
I would
you
love
gotta
to
be ready
come.
for
We got coloring, but oh, the girl,
That is so nice.
y'all can't show me nothing about these YNs. I'm not that far removed. Y'all know I worked in Inglewood, so I had O-Block, I had everybody
So you
from
know what's
60.
up.
Yeah.
You better know what's up.
I had
Because the
everybody.
preschoolers coming.
I had
They're not
everybody
typical
from
preschoolers.
59 to 67. I know, man. They got mustaches and everything. These little boy. Got the little boy, these kids. Little boy. And then another reason why I had to retire, and I just remember this, is that being the dean, you got to be the bad guy. And it's just,
that's what another person said. They like that.
I don't like being the bad guy all the time with kids. You know, I understand tough love, and a lot of times, and this goes for me, and especially, we do a lot of tough and not enough love. And so
That's good.
it was really hard trying to find that lane
balance,
to love bad kids. And I just couldn't find it. So I'm out. I gotta get out of here. This I ain't gonna. I've never, and I don't defeat myself.
You got some doozies there.
Listen, I'm not the type to keep showing up to beat a dead horse. You got the wrong man. I will let that horse just be dead.
Trot on the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I get
There's
it.
a lot of people like, he didn't come back and get me, and it was a dead horse.
I understand.
I'm not gonna beat you.
I overstand. Trust me.
You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Come on, Cat Williams.
So what would you say, before we close out, what would you say to anyone who's interested in comedy or just performing? What would be the best advice that you can give them?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it afraid, as my friend who I've been thinking about all day today, Dante Hall, would say. You know, you're only going to know what you want to continue doing if you do it. And so you can't just always keep, well, I was thinking about doing it. We had so many, I was thinking about this, I was thinking about, but stop thinking so much and do it.
Yeah.
Because time is so precious. You need to see what works for you right away. If you have how would it feel? I've been thinking about this for the last 5 years. Then you go out and do it and be like, this ain't for me. And you done wasted 5 years of thinking.
Right.
And so
Just did it, yeah.
do it. Don't think that you have to be perfect when you're doing stuff.
good.
You know, don't think that, you know, it has to look like somebody else. That's a major problem in the artistry, entertainment business. People try to look, and then of course you have people that don't, their mind isn't there. Don't pay attention to people whose mind are underdeveloped and they're not mature enough to understand your individuality. You never have to. People are about, you ain't Kevin Hart. You don't have $1 million deposit either, sir.
Right.
Okay. And so, and I'm not trying to be Kevin Hart, and he's not trying to be me, and I'm not trying to be Eddie Murphy or Bernie Mac or any of those people. I'm trying to be Jeremiah Frazier, Freeway. That's what God gave me. That's what I'm working. And so people who are small-minded, they sometimes discourage people and make them feel like, well, if you not doing this and ain't on TV, and if you ain't doing it on the level of this person or that person, then how about I'm doing it on the level that God has me at? And when he takes me to whatever level, I'm going to be prepared for it.
Yes.
And so that's the big thing. I'm happy with where I am right now. I'm so happy. I really am happy.
That's a blessing.
Now I'm mad about the other things, but I'm happy about my career. I'm happy about my career.
That's a blessing.
And those books I wrote, I just put it out there. I wrote them in dedication to my children because I have a baby boy who just started kindergarten, and it really goes to show that how courageous he was to step into a new environment at 5 years old. And and the book is, you'll see, for the parents too. They over there sweating too, nervous too, but they can't let the child see that. And so him being able to be brave and do that. So you'll see all the dedications inside of the books. So
You got a little soft spot in you.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
that's
little
a great
spot.
way. I love the name.
I'm
The
a
name is
daddy.
So cool.
I got a soft
So yeah, you got to get to our school.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we try to get you there.
Now,
in the
what side of
fall.
town y'all on? Because I don't go to
South side.
I retired from Inglewood. It's the whole Inglewood.
So you're not going to the woods.
No, nothing with the wood.
The wood is not
No,
your hood.
Not the wood. Not the wood.
So guys, we have thoroughly enjoyed Jeremiah Frazier. Please tell them how they can follow you.
Listen, you can follow me on Instagram right now. Go type in Freeway. Frayway. Freeway. When you go there, you see my name, Jeremiah Frazier. You can click my links. You can get to my website. You can see all the links to the shows I got coming up. This Saturday, I will be hosting for the Bernie Mac Foundation right here, in Orland. at the Chateau. So go on there and get those tickets, get those links. That is a big honor to me. You know, he is the GOAT of this thing. So for the foundation to call me and say we want you, that is so big. And then next month we got a big Mother's Day show. Right here in Lansing at the Royal Bistro. So, yes, the food is included. You're going to get comedians. Tim White will be there singing. We got live bands.
That's Mother's
DJ
what
Tim.
day is
that is the day before Mother's Day because
okay.
that's right. I don't believe in taking people away from their mother on Mother's Day.
That's nice.
All right. So, that Saturday it's a brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 o'clock. That's right. Right in the morning, all you can eat.
Now, did you need any more comedians for that? I'm just asking.
I mean, if you want to come and do a little hosting, since you're begging. Since you're begging, yeah. We got.
She's ready.
We're going to put you up right before Marlon Mitchell. We're going to put you right up right before then. And so
making sure.
I'm hanging out in Lansing that whole day. And so
Wonderful.
Dion Cole be in town and
Sounds like a
he'll
nice
be with Terry
lineup.
Hunter down the street at night. But in the morning, we are at the
love a
bistro
good
eating
brunch.
southern catfish,
Yeah.
fried greens, tomatoes, shrimp and grits,
nice.
lamb chops, catfish. You name it. We
Where's
got
the flyer
it.
at?
We got it.
We'll put it
It's
up.
on
We
your
got
page.
The flyer's
Yeah,
on
your
my page.
Okay, so
People
we-
have seen it.
We'll definitely share
Yes,
that.
you
That
have.
sounds
You
like a
can't
nice
come in there and
outlet.
walk in and think you get a seat.
Plans
Get your
to
ticket beforehand. You get to pick the seats you want to be in.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
seats are limited as of now. So you better get to it. Get to it. That's
All
one
right,
of the best
so
shows we do.
Instagram, where else can they follow you at?
They can follow me on Instagram. Don't follow me on Facebook. It's full.
Okay.
And that's more for family. So I
Okay.
got two different. I try to keep family and church on Facebook, and I try to, do some other things on Instagram. Okay, I'm on.
Okay.
You can catch me on the Michael Carly Morning Show. We are in 60 different countries. All right.
Oh, wow.
So yes, all of that information is on. I tell them to go to my Instagram because you can see it
the
right
best.
there
Okay.
on my
Okay.
page. And my website, of course, is my
Freeway.
name, JeremiahFrazier.com. If you want to read up a little bit on me, we got Freeway Entertainment website that is under construction. It's coming because we're going to release the shows and different things on there. So businesses, different entities. I'm talking too much. Yeah, they gonna know how many businesses I got. I'm not working. I have to say that for child support. I'm not working. Business in my mama's name.
Guys, it has been a pleasure. We pray that the Lord continues to bless this man
Yes,
and
yes.
opens doors for you as you do what he has called you to do.
Amen.
Thank y'all
Thank you
for
so much
having
for
me.
coming.
Come on, man. Get in here, group up. Y'all ever got one of these? Got me 3 H's. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, Lord, this man.